Number 1, William Hanner, Eden Hall Upper Elementary, Rams. Number 5, Dave Merlot, Archangel Gabriel Catholic School, Knights. Number 6, Brody Carter, Hudson Middle School Explorers. 9, William Sproul, Marshall Middle, Tiger. 10, Luca Filiaggi, Franklin Elementary, NA Tigers. 11, Jack Rio, Seneca Valley Raiders. 16, Colin Julius, Myers Area Centennial School District, Fighting Planets. 18, Carter Shoe, Peters Township Indians. Number 20, Cruz Armstrong, Eden Hall Upper Elementary, and we are Rams. Number 24, Brady Ferris, Neil Armstrong Middle School, Central Park Blackhawks. Number 29, Preston Clutter, Hampton Middle School, Talbots. 34, Ryland Alton High, Myers Area Centennial School, Fighting Planets. Number 43, Cam Evans, St. Clair Parish School, Celtics. 77, Jake Starr, Seneca Valley Rangers.
Number 78, Austin Wu, Marshall Elementary School, Tigers. 88, Brandon Kaminsky, Marshall Middle School, Tigers. 90, Tina Waugh, Hay Middle School, Raiders.
Hello, Swirly Nation, and welcome back to Buffalo, New York. You're catching us about 20 seconds in an icing here for Game 2 from the Lecom Harbor Center in Buffalo, New York. It's the Mid Fairfield Jr Rangers and your Pittsburgh Penguins lead. Joined as usual by color commentator Cody Armstrong here in the booth.
It's a nice booth we're in here.
Also known as the bleachers, about 2 rows up. You know how they go between the glass? We're like pretty much always between the glass. We might not have much between the ears, but we broadcast from between the glass. Between the benches. We're not actually between the benches, we're opposite the benches. As Mid Fairfield fires one from the point that's kicked out past the charging forward by Hinner. And on comes Jack Reel into the offensive end for the Penguins. Firing one high glove side. A top angle shot there by Reel, but he gets it in on net. The Penguins fell in their first game to the number 1 team in the country, the Chicago Mission. A 5-2 final after an empty netter. You always got to bring up the empty netter. It makes you feel better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And you know what Herb Brooks once told me? What's one word in hockey and basketball that have in common?
What's
He
that?
told me rebound. Of course, there's other ones like shot and pass, but rebound was the common one that he was thinking of, and it's how you rebound after a bad shift or a game where you wish you could have won, and that's a key word for the Penguins here today also.
And they rebound and get a dub in game 2. Shot in from the point again for Mid Fairfield. Comes off of a Penguin defender, shot in front. Penguins defense kind of vacated the front of the net there for a little bit. And now we'll see a cross-ice pass. They find Edmonton all alone. And he winds up. Put that man in blaze orange because he's hunting. This Thanksgiving weekend hunting season opens in Pittsburgh, in Pennsylvania, and Evans tickles the twine.
No, off of a breakout, and Armstrong flies the zone up that strong side, and Evans just shades over between the D, and he was gone. And a great pass by Filiaggi to hit him in stride, and we've seen Evans finish all sorts of ways off the rush. Short side, high. Breakaway this time. Earlier today, he went short side. Today, he just cleaned it right in the blocker side.
Been stretching that left side of the zone and getting an early lead here, 11 minutes to play. Filiaggi back to get it. It's banked off the boards for Evans. He'll retreat a bit to the corner and try to run the breakout from there. Gets a step on the defender, goes indirect pass to Filiaggi, who carries it up the left wing. Cuts into the middle, all the way across. Looks backside, Armstrong there. Evans waves at it, bounce over both sticks. Evans will battle in the corner. Uses his body to kind of nudge the puck free. Armstrong follows on, but Mid Fairfield able to dump it high into the air out to center. It's broken up there by Julius, gathered in by Filiaggi. And the Pens will get tied up a little bit in the neutral zone, so Armstrong will come in as the Pens look to change. Aufderheide, open on the wing. He'll find him. Centering feed goes past the stick of Wu into the corner. And back come the Rangers. Out through center. Cut off in the neutral zone. And sent back to the Ranger line. Knocked off of Schub's stick, and it'll be picked up by Aufderheide. The Penguin defenseman finds Schub. He's able to bank it to Wu. Now Julius, he finds Wu. Wu's got Real on the opposite side. Had his head down a bit, but he'll drive into the zone. He might have had the pass right away, but he was gathering the puck in. And it's Schub who pressures behind the net. Coming away with it, Real. He can't keep it on his stick as the puck rolls off. Starr, his breakout pass blocked by a Ranger forward. It made its way to Kaminsky, but he's unable to make a clean outlet pass, and the Rangers put it right back in the Penguins' end. 1-0 Penguins lead here early period one, as Real banks it indirect off the boards to Brody Carter. He'll buzz into the offensive zone, left wing corner. Angling play by the Rangers, frees it up to the point where Starr will keep it in and put it right back into the corner. Weaving to the puck is Sproul. It comes free to Evans, a turning shot lifted up over the goal. Field goal's good.
Oh, baby.
And it'll be Valella winding up right down Main Street and sending one just wide of the cage. The puck cleared all the way down by Mid Fairfield, and it'll be an icing. So an exciting start to this one, Colby. We have 8:42 to play, and the Pens lead 1-0.
Now, Jerbear gets to take a breath here as we're rolling now into this first period. Some significant chances for the Pens here. Off the rush and off the cycle. Valella just shooting down in the offensive zone there, Jeremy. It's nice when those D are a little bit involved in the offensive zone.
I forgot I had a cool celebration for a goal, and I missed the opportunity. So the Pens will just have to do it again. Evans pops free. He'll shoot one in off the pad. Following on Sproul. He can't get there. And it'll be banked off the boards and all the way back out to center. All the way into the Penguins' end where Merlot will use the boards behind the net to get it to Aufderheide. He'll fire it up ice. Sproul unable to get there. It's off a Mid Fairfield player to Evans, and Sproul went right in front of Evans, breaking up the play for Mid Fairfield. William Sproul formerly played for the Mid Fairfield Rangers, so I'm sure he knows a bunch of these kids. As Real picks up the puck at center, winds into the offensive end, cuts to his backhand, sends a backhander off the pads low, and Mid Fairfield will run a nice clean breakout. It's a 3-on-2 coming back. Pens got to get on their horse and hustle a bit here. A bit of a slow back check there by the Penguins. Filiaggi will get to it back out to center. Penguins forwards kind of looking at each other going, no, you go. How about you go? How about that's a long way to go? How about you go? Centering feed by the Rangers, broken up by the stick of Julius and brought on by Real. He's got speed. He'll get tied up a bit. And the Rangers will overtake him and be able to try to exit the zone, but it's kept in by the combination of Schub and Kaminsky. Mid Fairfield running the breakout, snapping one to the outside. Evans off the bench, able to cut in front of that play.
Too many men
by about a mile,
yeah.
And they're going to get it. A 6-man on the ice penalty.
Well, that was bad luck for Mid Fairfield as they were trying to break out of the zone and execute and what seemed to be a routine, easy change was turned into a turnover, and that puck just shot off of, I don't know who was coming off the bench there. Was it
I think that was Evans who came on, broke up the play.
Disturbed the play and popped it right into their line change, and all panic ensued.
Yeah, their one player was supposed to come off, didn't. The other one who came on turned to go off, and that's when the referee caught the cookie in the jar there. The hand in the cookie jar, as they say.
See what they
Mid
can do
Fairfield.
on the power play. They didn't get one last game. They had a
Couple chances
couple looks.
on this Sir Pizza power play. Brought to you by our good friends at Sir Pizza. Hopefully you're enjoying the game at Sir Pizza right now with a big old pie, maybe a draft beer, and those excellent Sir Pizza wings. Wu leans in. And Fairfield being asked to back up as we deal with the alignment. And they're going to wave the Mid Fairfield player out of the faceoff dot because if they do it again, it'll be a delayed game penalty because they're just kind of refusing to move. Face off by Wu, one back to Evans. A shot from Villela skips wide of the Mid Fairfield net. It'll be Wu getting there. He kind of puts it in his own feet for a bit. Evans will come off.
Oh my gosh.
Dancing through the middle and he's knocked off of his
himself
feet.
out.
Yeah. And back come the Rangers. A shot from outside, fought off by Hanner. And Merlot will fire it all the way up off the stick of Shub, knocked out of midair by Evans. He feeds it back to Shub. Shub centers it for Wu. It's free at the side. Evans whacking away at it. Puck is loose. And out come Mid Fairfield. 1-on-2. Two Penguin defenders back. They'll loft it in wide of Hanner. And multiple whacks to free it up, and so the whistle will blow. Pens will get a defensive zone draw. Actually, it took him out to the neutral zone because I think it was shot in by
just hit
Mid
off the
Fairfield.
boards, yeah. We'll bring it out.
Just like a puck out of play. So you're joining us here, Cinnamon Swirl TV. Thank you for joining us. Please be sure to subscribe below, and it looks like our subscriber count up again. We love it. Keep them coming. Hit the subscribe button. If you're listening right now and you are not subscribed, please just do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. We're going to get to 500 this weekend, Colby. I feel it.
The subscriptions are hot, and the city of Buffalo is not, Jeremy. It's absolutely blazing cold wind off that lake. A little bit of sleet and snow coming down here in Buffalo. It's a game night in Buffalo as well. The Sabres against the Montreal Canadiens. A little bit of a buzz downtown.
Isn't sleet and snow just what they call weather?
Yeah, it is. We've got weather.
What's it doing in Buffalo? Normal day.
Yeah, exactly.
Ice falling from the sky after evaporating over Lake Erie. Little science lesson for you there.
Lake effects.
Out comes Sproul. He had Reel, but he'll keep it instead. And that'll put Reel offside on the play.
Penguins making a line change here. Penalty has expired. Nothing on that power play. I mean, they are adapting some of the big Penguins teams' power play looks right now.
Yeah.
It just takes one, though, to get you going.
Perhaps we didn't order enough Sir Pizza. Although I don't think you're allowed to put those back to back. Pizza. Isn't that somebody else's?
Yep, that is. Yeah. Competitors, they like to call it.
So an offside play by Mid Fairfield at the Penguin line.
I love the energy at these kids tournaments for all our listeners, viewers out there. If you're in the neighborhood or you see it coming up on the schedule, come and check it out. There's kids all over the place, hockey teams that just finished playing, players that are waiting, brothers, sisters, parents. It's a good atmosphere here in Buffalo.
You mentioned the brothers and sisters, and specifically the sisters of hockey. What a beautiful bunch they are. Coming to rinks weekend after weekend to watch their brothers play. I know you've got a few in your family coming out to watch Cruiser play. We don't have any girls. I've got the two boys who both play, so they kind of do their duty for each other from time to time. As we were in Buffalo last weekend with the squish tender, but yeah, what a great group of humans, the hockey sisters, as Mid Fairfield stoned on a wraparound. Penn's unable to clear the zone, keeping it in. It pops free to Kaminsky, who will find Armstrong. He tries to go up off the glass, but it's knocked down by Mid Fairfield. Kaminsky will battle for it, and he'll fire it all the way down. It looks like it'll get in on net, maybe. Oh, no, just wide.
You know what that shift was right there, Jer? That was a springing for out of the zone for points type of shift, and you got to pay attention to the details, support each other, cover for each other, come out as a unit. Now you leave guys hanging, you got to make sure. You don't want to give this team any life either, right? Play in the offensive zone.
Yeah, I mean, shots are 7-2 right now, according to the scoreboard. Play's been tilted in the Penguins' direction, but it is just a 1-0 game. So, one little bounce of a puck and it's all tied up as Valello will chase it down in the corner. He's tied up as it's freed up for Wu, now Merlot. Merlot to Shub. Shub able to clear the zone, and Mid Fairfield will come in offside.
Pens need to get a little organized here, that's all. Just a little bit more organized.
The kids were excited. The Montreal Canadiens spotted in the building.
I heard.
Including Cameron Evans on his wish list from Santa Claus this year. Has a Cole Caulfield jersey on there.
Oh, I heard there was a sighting.
So very excited to have a Cole Caulfield sighting for...
They didn't know if it was one of the players in this tournament or an actual NHL player. It's Cole Caulfield's 5'6". Is he 5'6"? I think he... No. That's Connor Garland in Vancouver. But Cole Caulfield, another diminutive player in the NHL, finding success in his rookie season this year off a recent call-up from the American Hockey League. Good American-born player, though. Sniper. That's
Brody
cool that the boys saw
Carter
him.
Was waved out there. This referee very particular about face-off alignments here in this one. Battle in behind it will be Brody Carter. Over to Sproul. Sproul to Evans. Evans with speed up the left. Tries to drag it around the defenseman. Nice play there to keep Evans from the net, but he'll stay with it and free it up to Carter. Take it off of his stick, and back come Mid Fairfield. The Rangers through center. A nice short pass there. Dangling wide and into the glove of the hand man for the save. Faceoff will come to the right of the Penguins goaltender, William Hanner. We didn't get the starting lineups for you because we were running that player introductions. Hopefully you enjoyed that at the beginning of the game. It'll be Kaminsky behind his own net. Leaves it for Filiaggi, who's coming with speed. He goes off the boards for Real. Real cinnamon swirling at center. Through the neutral zone, he'll cut to the middle and fire one. Filiaggi there with the rebound. Talking about rebounds, that might be the theme of the day, as Kaminsky's apparently able to keep it at the blue line, but it's sent right back out by Mid Fairfield. The Mid Fairfield fans seem to disagree with the official on that one. I think that was over as well, as Starr will keep it in. Now I think that one was in. Real gets there, in the corner. Working in behind is Armstrong. Comes out, gets it knocked off his stick. Starr had fallen down on the play. And so it comes the whole way back to the Penguins' end. Starr picks it up, is pressured immediately, and it'll be a turnover in the corner. Filiaggi battles, Starr gets it, he bangs it off the boards. Kaminsky will skate into it and rocket it up off of Real. No icing here as we wind inside a minute 30. So the Penguins with a hot start. It's been a little back and forth since then. As the first period ticks down to right around a minute, Evans reaching for the puck, can't get it, and it'll be a 1-on-2. Now 2-on-2, and now exited the zone by Merlot, and Shub scoops in to get it. He finds Wu. Wu will fire one glove side, and that's stopped. Shub gets there. He looks for Evans. Evans back to Shub. They'll work on the wall. This is where the Penguins can struggle sometimes, but not so much Carter Shub. He comes away with it before being overtaken. And back out come Mid Fairfield. Merlot angling well. Now Evans in his own end. He'll battle the whole way into the corner. Merlot will pop it free. Evans will skate into it. A centering feed for Shub, cutting across. A great job there by the off wing, getting on the right side of the ice to allow for the zone exit and the drive all the way into the Mid Fairfield end. Centering feed cut off by a Mid Fairfield forward and sent back to the corner. Back come the Rangers. Evans will cut in front of him and take over in the neutral zone.
Lots of good things off that shift. Support, overloads, helping each other as the period comes to an end.
It'll be Julius with the puck as the horn sounds, ending period 1, a 1-0 Penguins lead. Colby, what do we see in the first?
I thought Penguins need to look a little more organized just on exits and entries. Can't get too excited to leave or take off out of your own end. I think that's all I saw, is just a little bit more patience to doing the things right and doing it together, and it'll pay off up the ice. You know, sometimes that's hard when you're racing against a team that you get an early goal against and you start to think, oh, here we go. Maybe we could start doing this all night. So we'll see how they rebound here. There's that word again for the second period, Jeremy, but you don't want to open it up, right? You don't want Mid Fairfield to get some chances, build some momentum. As you mentioned, 10-2 are the shots, so kept them away from Hanner for the most part. Key to continue that here in the second.
Stay disciplined and make some smart plays. And they've done that so far. You know, haven't been pinned in a lot. I've been able to chip it off the boards to get it out of the zone or find good zone exits. So we'll get a neutral zone face-off here. Mid Fairfield in white today. Red, white, and blue. Much like their namesake, the New York Rangers. The Junior Rangers in the red, white, and blue colors. White jerseys today with red pants and white socks. They've got the big MF on the front of their jerseys for Mid Fairfield. Blue helmets and blue and red striping throughout. The Penguins are in black for this one. The black uniforms, which are all black. Black pants, black socks, black jerseys. The big gold Penguin logo on the chest. And of gold striping. And, of course, the iconic gold Pennzoil helmets. And I believe we have coincidental minor penalties.
Yeah, I didn't see really what happened there, but Starzy got kind of tripped up coming across the red line and maybe retaliated a little bit. They got into a pushing match. I didn't really see, but I'm just assuming.
The Mid Fairfield player getting the business from the coach the coach went through a door apparently into the penalty box and is explaining a few things here. As William Sproul winds into the Mid Fairfield zone, dangles one, snipes, and just misses the net.
Nice dangle. Inside, outside. That push and pull right there.
Really did a good job reading the deal.
Here we go, outside, little middle lane.
Outside to inside.
Oh, he tries it again.
Yep. And the Pens making a change, able to make it cleanly, which was a bit of a miracle because that puck ended up over there again. Pens almost with a too many men type situation. Yep. Here early in the second. We saw it called on Mid Fairfield early. It'll be off their eye. D to Julius.
Nice play.
Love the reversal to change the attack angle.
Oh.
But Sproul why was he still in the zone? I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he fell down.
I think he might have wanted to change there. And the play obviously came right back up on the transition. Of course, the gate is about 12 feet inside of the offensive zone, which can lead to that. I mean, you got the penalty boxes on the same side over there.
As well as the scorer's table.
We're pretty much on the ice in the stands, so it's not like they could throw it over here.
Evans possesses, throws on the brakes, weaves, finds Filiaggi. He'll cut out of the corner with speed. Cut to the middle. His shot blocked by a stick. Armstrong to the corner to get it. Mid Fairfield outnumbering the Penguins here a little bit, but Evans will swoop in and get control behind the net. He's hounded from behind, and he'll draw a power play here as Mid Fairfield gets the stick up into the hands of Evans, and the Pens are going to head back to the Sir Pizza power play with 11:10 to play in the second.
Armstrong wins a race, little board battle, waits for some help in there as Filiaggi and Evans swarm And Evans picks up the puck off of a little scramble down there, hey Jeremy, and just kind of starts moving his feet out of there. When you come in and swoop in and you have numbers and speed, they have to reach and take penalties against you. Evans has his feet moving there. That's what does it and draws a penalty.
Biliagi on the faceoff. He's tied up, able to battle hard and get it back to Ofterheide. Ofterheide pulls it out of the zone, and it'll be an offside play on the Pens. Bit of a dangerous face-off alignment here. The Pens with a big gap between the defense, and they're up very tight. Puck one over to Evans, who pulls up on that half wall, twists and turns again.
Some numbers over there.
And the Rangers able to take it off the stick of Filiaggi as it comes back out the center. I think both of the Rangers' shots have been from pretty far outside here. They were winding, trying to get one through that time and weren't able to. As Julius will find Armstrong. Evans, center driving. Armstrong takes it to the corner. He'll be supported by Evans coming back the other way, creating a little bit of space. He'll leave it for Julius coming down the boards to Armstrong. Armstrong trying to center one. And Filiaggi will pick up the puck. He'll reverse with Armstrong as well. Looking backside, what a beautiful feed, and there's Ofterheide, but he wasn't able to get good wood on it. Evans will pick it up. He'll fire one in front. Stopped by Mid Fairfield. And fired all the way back down for an icing.
Great little scissor exchanges by the Penguins on that power play. You can see what happens when you have movement. A guy gets tied up. He leaves it for another guy. A little almost subtle picks, Jeremy. And then great heads up play by Julius, who engages down the wall as players are kind of swarming all over the place to find, I think it was that Ofterheide?
That was Ofterheide on the back
He was
side.
down on one knee, a la Brett Hall, and just whiffed on it. Ended up being a awesomely executed little power play looking for the Penguins.
And we still have 10 seconds left on that Sir Pizza power play. Star winds it up at center, cuts into the offensive zone. He's challenged by two Rangers, and they'll knock the puck off of his stick. The Rangers unable to get out of their zone as Wu keeps the pressure up. Real stepping up. But around him goes a Ranger. Wu on the back check with back pressure as Star is able to break up the Ranger advance. A bouncing puck gloved down by Kaminsky but picked up by Mid Fairfield. Mid Fairfield on the half wall. Centering feed picked off by Real. He gets hooked a bit. He's going to try to carry it the whole way through center. Being hounded from behind. He had Wu and Shub on that play. Opted to carry it himself, and the puck's in behind the net, and he's able to center one for Wu that's off of his stick. Back to the point, Villela keeps it in. He'll dump it in behind the Ranger net. And Fairfield to the corner to pick it up. The long reach of Real disrupts the Ranger breakout as it's back into the middle. Ranger defenseman with a nice move there to kind of create space, but then just hammers it the whole way down for icing. 8:36 to play.
Oh, we got a penalty to Shub here. Looked like more of a collision to me at the line here.
That might be a tough one, huh?
Yeah, he kind of bumped into him on a... It was just a collision type of play.
So this faceoff should be at neutral ice because of the icing, even though it's a Penguin penalty. Usually on penalties, it would go the whole way into the Penguins' end. So the faceoff will be outside of the Rangers' blue line. So the Pens will be on their first penalty kill. We'll see Carter and Sproul, Ofterheide and Julius. Sproul leans in. He's able to tie the faceoff up for quite a bit there before the Rangers get possession, and they'll try to break into the Penguin zone. It's at the neutral zone where they'll dump it in off of Julius's glove. Ofterheide unable to get control, and the Rangers will carry it in to the corner of the Penguin zone. A heavy shot from the high slot skips wide of Hanner. The Rangers in possession. Their last game, I believe I watched, they struck on the power play. Will be battled for behind the net. And pulling it out is Brody Carter. Gets it to the boards, gonna get it out of the zone. He can't, but following on is Sproul. Carrying through center to the red line. He'll stop and fire one in behind the Ranger goal. Penguins getting a wholesale change. Evans pressures, frees it up to Filiaggi. Like gnats, these two. On the puck as the Rangers come through center. Over the blue line. Dangling with it, reversing. As the Rangers work it to the corner, now behind the net. Kaminsky barreling through, getting possession. And he'll just send it all the way down for an icing. And that'll be as the penalty expires, so we'll be back to 5-on-5 hockey with 7:05 to play.
Kaminsky down behind the net there just would not be denied. Great job just taking the puck. And if you're in my way, too bad for you. Because he could have used his legs a little bit there to get out, but a whistle, regroup, 5-on-5. As Armstrong comes on with Filiaggi and Evans.
Face off, battled for along the boards, and the Rangers will come away with it. Cross ice speed, sending one in, and a beauty of a stop by the handman. It's back to the blue line where it's kept in and sent bouncing through the front of the net and wide by the Ranger defense. It's in the corner now as it freed up in front, drug in front of the Penguins net as the Rangers with a couple really nice scoring chances here. Penguins chasing it down behind, no icing on the play. Filiaggi with the pressure. Evans got to step up on that one. He drifting backwards.
Good stick check there.
Good stick check as the Penguins get possession and get it into the Ranger zone. But it's tipped right back out, and in comes Mid Fairfield. Great stick on puck by Ofterhide. As it's battled for behind, it'll be Filiaggi off the boards for Evans. Evans carrying up the left. He's got space, so he'll carry. Now he'll send it towards Armstrong. That's picked off, but Evans will stay right with it, freeing it up. But back come the Rangers. Julius tapped off of his stick. And Ofterhide. Rimming it around, looking for Evans again. The Ranger bench yelling ice it at the Penguins defenseman.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Penguins do need a change, so it might not be a
As it pops free to the Rangers and sent
bad
wide.
idea at this point.
At this point, you're right. It'll be, and the Penguins will ice it. And they'll get that line change. Face off to come to the left of Hanner. Blue to the dot. They'll win it to the corner. It's picked up by Starr there. Harry's behind the net. It's hooked up a bit. No call as he rims it around the boards, but it's cut off and sent back by Mid Fairfield, but it'll be Kaminsky. He looks for the backhand of Reel. It skips past him. It won't be icing as it could have been played by a Ranger defender. Shub in on it with some heavy pressure. Lou gets there on the right wing side. Keeps it in to the corner. Battle in the corner. It relocates a bit. As we work in the corner. Finally, Mid Fairfield gets to it, rims it around behind. Sent back out the center where Starr will take possession, but he's unable to control the puck, and back come the Rangers, who send one into the bench. And it'll be a stop and play.
Team's kind of just at a standstill for opportunities now, kind of some back and forth. And
I don't know since Pens have had a shot.
It's 10-3. I think it was 10-2 at the end of the period. So we've gone this whole period with really just one shot by them on net.
On the power play. Evans and Carter battle on the wall. Carter will come away with it. He's into the Ranger zone. Tries to tap it across to Sproul. Carter tracks it down at center. Oh, loses possession, and it's Rangers into the zone. Offsides, no call. As they'll shoot one in low on Hanner. Back to the point. Fired in, blocked. Thank heavens he blocked it because he was screening. And Merlot will find Sproul, but it's just past his reach. And Mid Fairfield will get possession. Banked off the boards. Evans and Filiaggi collide. And it's back through center. Here come the Rangers. Around Merlot. Firing one. Kept out by Hanner. Skated on by Evans. He banks it off the boards for Filiaggi, who gets it. Fires into the offensive zone. Cuts to his backhand. And he'll shoot one wide to the cage. Evans, the first one there in the corner. Pops it in behind. Gets knocked to his knees. And the Rangers will break out. Spinning with it at center is Filiaggi, getting it to Reel. In behind the Ranger net. Reel there, leaves it. And it's brought back by Mid Fairfield, but Armstrong gets a stick on it. Pops it in behind by Ofterhide. He was looking for Filiaggi. Reel tries to cut it off. And kind of ties himself up. Ofterhide will pick it off at the blue line. Stepping into one. Rebound, sitting loose. Battled for, it's loose, but it will be a whistle. And a cover.
Great read by Ofterhide a couple times there to keep pucks in. Armstrong got a stick on one the first time. The second, just a great read on the breakout and puck on the net, and then all kinds of havoc as Filiaggi and Armstrong and Reel were jamming away.
Reel gets the puck back to Starr at the blue line. Hit shot blocked. He'll keep it in, though. And Reel will rim it around behind the net for Armstrong in the corner. He goes right to the point to Kaminsky. He'll wind and fire a bouncing puck in on net and gloved. Is that kid a shortstop, too? That was a great stop. Carter Scoob leans into the face-off dot. And they'll try to win it forward towards the net to Wu. And it's broken up by Mid Fairfield. Popped high in the air. Nice. Wu able to glove it down, drive behind the cage. I feel like he's got some energy right here. One thing to remember, both of these teams, this is the second game. A pass by Schub was bouncing, and it just hops over Evans' stick in the high slot. Driving in is Mid Fairfield. A good puck movement and just past behind the defender at the blue line. Dumped back into Penn's end as we wind down to a minute and 15 in the second. Evans, now Wu, up towards the blue line. The Rangers keep it in, but Starr will come back. His first attempt doesn't get out, but Schub will spin around with it at center. Indirect pass by Schub for Wu. He's in the corner, cutting to the middle, trying to center one. Starr will keep it. He'll get it to Wu. Wu will come off the wall. 42 seconds left as Starr keeps it another time. Shot from the outside. Off of a Ranger to Evans. Evans will pop it to the corner for Wu. Wu back now to Sproul off the bench. Penguins getting a change.
Oh. Scrolsey just came across with that stick, leaning on Mid Fairfield player's stick, and it knocked it out of his hands, and he gets a slashing penalty on the little battle there.
So with 24.3 to play in the second, the Rangers will head to another power play. This penalty on Sproul. A heavy shot from the point, stopped by Hanner. Rebound, also stopped by Hanner. And the breakout held up just briefly at the blue line for Carter to skate into.
Oh.
He's defended off nicely.
Brody Carter skate.
He's powerful.
Consistent, powerful stride.
And that horn will end the second period. A 1-0 Penguins lead through 2.
Short-handed here to end the second. A couple chances by Mid Fairfield. Hanner had to close them away. This is what it looks like, though, in this game here. 1-goal game. Not much for either team in that period, but we said you don't want to open the door. Mid Fairfield with an opportunity here early in the third on the man advantage. Just got to get a little more organized here. A little more organized here. The Pens have to be. Structure coming out of their end a little bit together.
Not a ton going on in that period overall.
No.
Either side, a very defensive period. The forwards kind of struggling to connect on a few things. Good job by the defense on both sides to break up the few plays, and good goaltending when it came down to it.
I love here also. No gate attendance as Preston Clutter has to operate the penalty box door. When there was coincidental penalties a while ago with Starr and another guy in the box, both backup goalies scrambling to man the gates in the penalty box.
And I know for a fact William Sproul getting some quality advice from the Penguin netminder, because that kid is an absolute gem. As Jack Reel short-handed into the Mid Fairfield zone, cuts to the middle and fires one wide of the cage. Comes back to the point for a shot from Villela, deflected by Reel in front. Reel could have gone for a skate behind the net after his chance, but it worked out in his favor there.
Oh, I like that by Brody Carter. He could have engaged and went in. Of course, he recognizes he's killing a penalty, kind of settles back and says, okay, we'll handle this breakout.
And it helps to angle it into the corner, and the Pens will end up with possession on the opposite side. Over for Reel. He gets too deep there. That's a much better scoring chance for the Rangers. Oh, shot in by Reel. Rebound for Carter. Stopped by Mid Fairfield. And heaved back out through center, where the Rangers will gain the Penguins zone. But it's put back to the opposite corner. The Rangers making the Penguins do some skating here.
We're even
going from one side to the other. As we get the even strength, it's Reel. Off sides is Filiaggi.
And I don't think Reel's brain was working anymore as he'd gone up and down the ice a few times.
Let's pick it up.
Crazy what can happen to a person's brain when it's dying for oxygen.
Yeah, really. It can be a end of a penalty kill, end of a long shift. Reel's pretty much been on the ice with Penguins short a player a little bit more. As the Rangers pop it into the Pens end, a breakout attempt by Julius over for Armstrong, sent back by the Rangers. It'll be back to Julius and up for Armstrong again. Oh. It rolls off of his stick, and the Rangers will put it in offsides. They're going to call an intentional offsides here all the way down. It'll be Filiaggi to take the faceoff. He bumps it forward, where it's taken over by the Rangers, and they'll rim it around. Carried out through center by Mid Fairfield. A one-on-one play with Julius, and he's there to break it up. A nice play there. Biliagi now Julius. Julius tries to weave through center, turns it over, and back come the Rangers. As he applies the back pressure, it allows Starr to finish his change and break the play up. Good hustle by Julius. A bit of a turnover, but he never pouted. He just stuck with it. The Rangers with it, though, in the Penguins' end. A slap shot. Trickles in on Starr. He's got Evans on the outside. He'll find Filiaggi in the middle. He'll find Evans. Evans will work it back towards the middle. Off of a fallen Ranger. Picked up by Evans behind centering feed for Armstrong. It sits loose. Filiaggi digging, but it is covered up by the Ranger goaltender.
Just on our own breakout, just letting guys do their jobs, bump it to speed, don't try to do too much. You may not be able to do it yourself. You've got to use bounce plays, bump plays.
Wu out there with Shub and Reel as Reel gets the puck and skips it wide of the net. Wu will track it down in the corner. Here we go. Wu gets to it. Dances in the corner. He's pressured by 3 Rangers. Able to free it up towards Reel. It's past his stick. He'll send it around, though, for Starr, who winds and sends a slap shot in wide of the cage. Wu to the puck. Reverses for Shub. Shub centering one off of his stick. And back come Mid Fairfield. Oh, Starr will possess it.
I like that. I like that play.
The Pens D seem to be teetering with that blue line a bit in this one.
I like that play by Starr as he tries to take those steps and walk it to the middle. Very smart play. Can be dangerous, I guess, if you're under pressure, but still you open up all that space. If you have to dump it back down the wall, your support has extra room, and you can get yourself to the middle to a good shooting position.
Penguins win the draw. Villela goes D to Merlot. He tries for Evans, but it's cut off. Sent back out the center and past the reach of Merlot into the Penguin zone. Picked up there. He'll stop. He'll start. He tried for Carter, but misses, and it's put back in the corner of the Penguins' end. Merlot behind his own net. Kicks it free to the corner where the Rangers get possession. They'll come off the wall. Shot blocked out front. Was that Carter? Cleared heavily off the wall. Chipped past by Evans, who's held up a bit, and the Rangers will try to reverse D to D, and they'll try the other side as Sproul goes in. All the way back to center. And now the Penguins end for off the ride. Penguins were close to having too many men there.
Nope.
As Evans taps it looking for Carter, it's picked off by Mid Fairfield, and back they come. Waving at it, Sproul, he gets it over to Julius. Julius up ice looking for Carter. He'll stick with it again.
Ugh.
And he's just hounded. And back come the Rangers. They break past off the ride, dragging it to his forehand and kept out by the handman. Julius will battle. Now Filiaggi with the puck. He goes cross ice for Reel. It's off a Ranger, stick it into the corner where Reel will pick it up and center it for Sproul. Sproul at the end of a longer shift here. But the Pens with the puck in the offensive zone. And down on the puck goes Filiaggi, and we'll get a whistle. It'll be a draw in the Rangers zone to the left of their net. 8:20 to play third period. 1-0 Penguins. Reel leans in at the dot. He's got Kaminsky and Starr on the back end. Kaminsky able to keep it in. It sits on the Ranger bench boards. And so the puck stays in play as it'll be Armstrong entering the Ranger zone. All the way to the corner. Battling for it there. Filiaggi down. And the Rangers will get possession in the opposite corner. A breakout rolls off the stick of Kaminsky, but right to that of Starr. He retreats a bit. He's able to clear the zone, where it's sent back in by the Rangers to Kaminsky. He looks for Reel as we play you take it, no, you take it at center. This time it's the Rangers stepping up there. Kaminsky, but doing a great job of not laying that kid out and taking a penalty. Starr throws it back to center to the Rangers. Pressure from Armstrong as they drive the wall into the Penguin zone. 5:49 to play. Bouncing puck out the center for Real. Gets caught up in snow, but he'll drag it through. One-on-one move. He'll carry to the backhand, firing one backside, and it's off the Ranger goaltender. What a save. Penguins with pressure, though. It's Wu working behind the net with Armstrong. Rangers will run a breakout. And they come back out through center. Villela there to defend. What an excellent defensive job by Tino Villela. He's able to find Wu. Wu off the stick of Real. He might have been looking at Shub all the way across, but it's the Rangers back into the Penguins' end. Centering feed. Up off the stick of Villela. Evans pressures the point. Villela clears. Pressure from Shub. His pressure frees it up to Wu. He drives the middle, drags it into his body for a nasty wrist shot that sails wide. Merlot off the right,
Nice.
Evans, what a play. Evans drives in left side. He'll shoot. High blocker side, and it's caught with the blocker and glove.
That's a nice poised save right there. If he goes down on his knees, that's cheddar.
What a read by Ofteride to quickly
That
snap
was
that puck
so
off.
quick, and that's transition. That's playing fast. D to D, out of trouble, right up. Boom, they're gone.
Evans conducting traffic and calling some plays out on the ice. Wu wins the puck. Over to Evans, who takes a baseball swing at it, and it just goes over the cage. Evans gets to the puck and puts it back in behind. Wu seems to have all the energy in the world right now. As the Rangers clear it back out the center, it'll be Julius trying to go indirect and lead a breakout that's turned back the other way by the Rangers for Ofteride. Ofteride rims it around. He'll find Shub. Shub taps it for speed, but a Ranger there to break it up. Mid Fairfield rims it around the boards. Ofteride gets there, looks for Evans. He's hauled down on the play, no call. And the Rangers end up with possession. Shot from the point, skips wide of the net.
I don't know what
And
they're
we're
calling
going to
a
get a
trip.
penalty here on...
Maybe on Hanner?
Shub. Or Jolius.
I think it's on the goalie, so they don't know who's it going to be.
I guess they're calling it on Carter. Carter Shub. Well, into the box. They did call it on the goaltender, but I think it has to be a player. Does that have to be a player from the ice?
It has to be someone from the ice for that infraction, yeah.
Want to give a shout out to our main man, Brady Paris at home. Joining us here on Cinnamon Swirl, just like the rest of you. Please subscribe below. We love that you're joining us here for the Jr Sabres Invitational as we have 5:05 to play in the third. The Penguins lead 1-0, but the Rangers are on a power play, and Hanner's there to stop a break, a wraparound. Sproul gets to it and waves it all the way down, and it'll be icing on the Pens.
And get a line change in, that's okay. Get some fresh legs out there. Recalibrate here on the kill.
So it'll be Sproul leaning in the Penguin zone. 1:06 to kill. 4:51 in the game. Sproul able to get control and tap it to Carter. Carter goes off the boards and all the way into the Mid Fairfield zone where he's angled to the wall, but he'll chase it down, cuts in front, puck sits free as Carter crashed into the net.
Net came off and the Pens get possession. That's why they blow the whistle a little bit later.
And I believe the faceoff's going to come the whole way out as it was Carter going crashing in.
We'll be outside here.
A nice short-handed chance there for your Penguinis. Cinnamon's World Productions here. Cameraman Christopher Lowe. Producer Jeremy Evans. Play-by-play by Jeremy Evans and color commentating by Colby Armstrong. It's the Rangers behind their net. Up the wall, defended by the stick of Real. And he'll use that stick to break a few plays up as the puck goes all the way in on Hanner, who will cover and get a stop with 23 seconds left in the penalty kill. A penalty on Hanner for a trip has Shub in the box. Billy Haji centering. Real, Julius, and Ofteride, the 4 penalty killers. Biliagi wins the face-off to Ofteride, who spins out of some trouble, rims it around for Real. He can't get a stick on it, but he will battle on the wall where it's popped free by Julius.
There, that's what you got to do. You got to hack and whack and battle as Julius clears that one out.
You could just tell he just wanted it more. And sometimes in hockey it's that easy. As the penalty expires, it goes off the stick of Real, but it's picked up by Julius, and on comes Armstrong. He'll dump it into the Ranger end where Filiaggi will scoot by the defender and pick it up. Circling out from the corner, carrying all the way across and lifting one to the blocker side. That's kept out.
Great job by Filiaggi to read that dumping and be first on it and create off of that.
Starr twisting with it in his own end. Goes with a bank pass picked up by Real. And he'll dump it into the Ranger zone where Armstrong will jump upon his horse and forecheck. Filiaggi assisting there. Starr will loft it to the opposite side. Penguins getting a change behind. Evans will apply some forecheck pressure as the Rangers come back out through center. 1-on-3. Shot in. Bouncing puck kept out by Hanner. Up for Armstrong and out through the neutral zone. Off of Armstrong's stick again, and in come the Rangers 3-on-2. Angling through to the middle, freeing it up off the stick of Hanner. Picked up by Villela, who finds Evans. Evans will carry it through center and bounce one in on the Ranger goal, which will be deflected into the corner where Wu chases it. But the Rangers weave through center. Around one Penguin off the skate of another. Shot kept out on the back pressure by Austin Wu. It'll be Shub getting to it. He gets it out the center. Evans cutting over. Good puck support there. He'll cut to the middle. Looking fire. Blockers or glove side kept out by the pad. Crashing into the net is Shub. Penguins keep the puck in the Ranger zone as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes. Shub. Evans pressures. Shub on the back pressure as the Rangers come in. Centering feed. Julius. His breakout pass is picked off though, and it's Ranger danger. Driving around Julius. Great stick on puck by the Pens defense.
Good job by Merlot to collapse and help out Julius there, who may look like he might have been beat. Comes
Penguins
over and helps
battle.
him.
It'll be Wu up through center. He's got Evans crisscrossing in front. Wu will take it himself and try to challenge the Ranger defense. No such luck as Shub will get there. He'll find Julius at center. Penguins are going to need a change here as they're able to loft it back out the center. Sent back to the blue line for Ofteride. He'll find Evans on the left. Evans will battle now. Wu plays it forward for Sproul. Penguins get everybody off except Sproul, who had just come on, and Ofteride, who's not at the end of a shift either. Penguins get a little deep on the forecheck here. Carrying it with speed, and they'll be offside at the blue line. And we have too many men on the Rangers, I think as the goalie had not come off yet. But this is not a penalty.
It's just early goalie substitution, so you have to wait to send your player on the ice. You have to wait for the goaltender to be right there at the bench before you can send him. So The back referee deeming that was an early substitution, therefore the faceoff will just come right at center.
It'll be won by the Pens, back to Starr. He banks it off the boards, and the Rangers bring it into the Penguins' end. Now they'll get the goalie off at the other end.
Uh-oh.
Back to the point, shot in, blocked, rebound out front, and it's scrambled for and covered by Hanner.
I don't even know if that was a shot. I think it just trickled in on William. You can see him, shuffling around on his pads trying to locate that puck that was loose. And it just kind of landed right in front of him, and he swallowed it up with 18.5 seconds left as Mid Fairfield is calling a timeout, I believe, to draw something up here. But Pens just kind of seemed to want to just try to hang on to this lead, really.
And it was a lead they got in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah. And it looked like it was going to be, I think we saw grand ideas for point night. And it turned into a little bit of a mush game a little bit. Just choppy in the neutral zone.
A mush game. I like
just
that.
Made that up. I don't even know what that means. A little scrambly game, though. Not a lot of chances both ways. It kind of clogged up.
I feel like this ice gets very snowy.
It does, yeah.
Very fast. Like pucks slow down. It's almost like playing in an outdoor game. Do you have any experience playing in outdoor games?
Yeah, I do. It helps if you're in an outdoor game if you have Sidney Crosby on your team.
And if you do you get to score the fastest goal?
Yeah, the fastest goal ever scored. That's correct. If you have him specifically, it helps. For example, the time remaining on the clock right now is all it takes.
18.5
Around that time, yeah.
On the clock as Filiaggio lean in. It's Villela.
I mean, I don't like to brag, but I'm one of the most humble people there are.
Villela and Merlot on the back end. Evans and
here we go.
up front. Face off, freed up. Evans will tap it by, and he's loose, and he'll skate in as he carries it all the way to the net, and he buries the biscuit. An empty net tally for 43. Cameron Evans tipping it past, and he skates it all the way down and gives it a little taparoo into the 4x6.
He loves that. Of course, he opened the scoring early, high blocker, and this time just off a sheer effort in the D zone, a battle. He had a battle to get out to his defender there, and it was a good job to get his stick and poke it by him. That wasn't a toe drag, that was just a little poke to speed, and that's enough to do it.
And that'll end this one, a 2-0 Penguin victory here in the Jr Sabres Invitational. So a 1-1 day against two top 10 teams. That's not a bad start.
Yeah, not a bad start. Saw some good things. This game's sloppier, of course, than the first one, but found a way to get a W on their second game of the day. Eating quesadillas and chicken fingers in between. I mean, that's not too shabby here in Buffalo. Beautiful Buffalo.
A little trip to Pearl Street Brewery and Grill. Penguins victorious here in this one. And we see the handshakes. Thank you all for joining us. Cinnamon Thrill TV. Nice work.